Okay, today we're going to talk about your vehicle and rust. Now, rust can easily be identified on your vehicle. The three main things that can easily identify it are unnecessary holes, discoloration, and an inability to withstand a blow from a hammer, causing unnecessary holes. Now, to resolve this rust, I'm going to start with the simplest thing you can do. It's for the discoloration. You can take some rubbing compound or toothpaste, and you just take a little rag, or toothbrush I guess, get a little rubbing compound on the rag, and then just rub it right on the rust, the discoloration that is. And as you can see, colors are right back up to white, which is the color it's supposed to be. Now, this obviously works better in some places than in others, so this would be more ideal if the rust was not along the bottom of the doors. If it was, say, in the middle of the door, that would work better. If your discoloration is clear through the paint, you're going to want to use one of these, a wire wheel brush on an angle grinder. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can pick one up at the Harbor Freight or Menards for under 30 bucks. If you don't have 30 bucks, a vigorous job with a wire brush or sandpaper will do the job. Always use safety goggles when you're using one of these. You're just going to want to go over it and the surrounding areas, because there's likely rust under the surrounding areas. And you're just going to want to go to the store, buy some paint that's the same color, either Duplicolor Color Match, or I'd recommend Rust-Oleum, and just get the closest thing. And then you're just going to want to hit it with the wire wheel, and then dust it off, and then paint it. Okay, real quickly now, I just hit this with the wire wheel. As you can see, it looks different now. This is right behind the wheel, so areas right behind the wheel that are rusty on your car, you probably want to paint those with something heavier than paint. Maybe some sort of rubberized protective coating. As you can see here, there was a protective coating, but it got peeled away. So now this is a reoccurring rust area, because stones fly up and hit it, chip the paint, and then the bare metal rusts. So you definitely want to hit that with something more protective than just paint. Here's some paint I'm going to use. I just want to say paint is also a great way to cover up all of that discoloration. You just hit it with a little bit of that paint, and it's all better. Now, when dealing with these areas where they can't withstand a blow from a hammer and there's unnecessary holes, there's a couple things you're going to need and a couple things that you could do. Most importantly, you're going to have to find out where all the affected area is. I like to do this by banging on it with a hammer. If it breaks away with the hammer, it's rusted. Then you're going to need to cut out the affected area. For that, I like to use an angle grinder. Once you cut out the area, you're going to need to either need to attach a new piece of sheet metal with either a welder, screws, rivets, or glue, or you can use, this is the really shoddy way to do it, is use some expanding foam. Just spray expanding foam in there and let it expand, and then cut it off. And in any case, you're going to need Bondo and sanding and paint. I prefer to do my cutting with one of these, an angle grinder, as I've shown you, with a cutoff wheel. And here's my sheet metal that I'm going to use. It's supposed to be part of a locker in a high school, but it was extra, so I got it for free. And obviously the thicker the metal you use, kind of the better, because it won't dent as easy, but also the harder it's going to be to bend to the correct shape. So you got to make your choice. Okay, you want to make sure you get all the rust out. I cut out a bit more than I was anticipating, but it's okay because I had to get rid of a dent anyway. And then I painted it with primer because you don't want to leave that bare metal in there. I'm going to clean everything up, brush or grind all the rust off, and then paint it. And it's time to weld on your new piece, which you got to cut the size. And 12 hours later, when you're finished, did I say 12? I meant 48. This is what it could look like. I managed to get that done in one piece. A little bit of caulk there, sealing it up. So now, at this point, it's time to clean it up, grind those welds down a little bit, and then Bondo and paint. And I'll leave you guys up to figuring out how to work Bondo and paint. I got confidence that you guys can figure that out on your own.